I remember when I was 2.5 or 3 years old, and my mother was, I was crying and crying, and my mother wanted me to sleep quietly, and everybody was sleeping. And then I was enjoying, she was singing something like lullaby song in my ear. And believe me or not, within half a second or 1 second I slept, and she was very happy while feeding me, and she was enjoying at that time, just sleeping, and then she kept me on bed and she slept. Since then, I started thinking about music. My goodness, what a kind of music, and nice music, and my mom is singing. Then, whenever she used to feed me, she used to sing in my ear, and she was my first teacher about music. And she wanted that I should do some kind of music, because when I grew about 5 years old, I used to sing the same kind of lullaby song, and she was so enjoying, like I was enjoying, the same as she was enjoying. And then she wanted me to sing always, sing that song, and I used to sing. Then she wanted me not to take up, because my father, he was a wrestler, and he wanted me to follow his tradition. Okay, I was going, and in the morning with him, and there was a akhada, where we fight each other on the mud, because there are many akhadas, but close to my house there was a mud where we used to fight. I did not like that kind of activity. So I used to tell my mother, please save me, I don't want to go, I want to sing with you. So she understood, she requested my father, please don't behave properly with him. He is a simple boy, he doesn't want to fight, so he wants to sing. So close to my house there was a teacher who used to teach me how to sing, how to do sa, how to do re, how to play, sing scales properly, and about the octave, how to make the half note and full note. And one day suddenly, when I was 5.5 years old, my mother had some problem and she died. And then I was feeling lonely in my house. My brother were there, my sisters were there, but I was feeling lonely because nobody used to ask me to sing. So after few years, my father wanted me to, okay, if you don't want to fight, go to school, study, and get a job, government job. There was no way for me to survive. How to survive? To make my father happy, and to do music also, and to obey him. Otherwise, if he get annoyed or he get angry and he start, you know, giving me a kind of hard time, then it will be very difficult for me to survive it. So I thought, okay, whatever you say, I will listen to you. And I used to study properly, and I got result. I was in matriculation after 10. I passed my exam, and then I got a job also when I was 17. Not in government office, but in a private firm. But I used to hide myself because I was ever worried about my father's, he might be get annoyed and he might start hitting me. And so I said, okay, let him be happy, but I will not tell him. I will hide myself to my friends home who are loving music and who likes me to make music beautiful. And I used to tell my father, I'm going to library to study. Oh, wow, my son is, he is very good student. And he is obeying me, and he is, whatever I ask, he does. So he was very happy, and he said, okay, very good. Go to library. There you take care of magazines, newspaper, study as much as you can. Fortunately, I got a job as a clerk in one office. But that was private because under 18 years you cannot work under government. So I got a job and I was working 1 year, and my father became very happy and he said, whatever you like you can do now. You are free from my side. And in my area, in my neighbors, everybody knew because my father went everywhere. My son has passed and he has got one private job, and he was very happy. I said, wow, God, you are saving my life. So I was getting proper tuition, proper musical education from my neighbor, who was a great man, and he doesn't have any child. His name was Professor Rajaram, now late Professor Rajaram. He used to sing Drupad. Then I used to sing and I used to follow him. My native place was Allahabad. Allahabad is a very well-known place, which is known as Triveni Sangam, where you find three rivers, they meet together, Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati. So it's very famous, and there, in every 12 years, Kumbh Mela, and there you find many great musicians were there, and it was a musical place, Varanasi as well as Allahabad. It's 80 kilometers from Varanasi. So here is my mother's, again my mother wanted me to go to you and meet your friends. You love my music, you love Allahabad, that I am thankful to you. Then I got a job after 2 years. When I was 20, I got a job as a musician in central government, which is much better, much well-known government in India. Yeah, there is a state government which I was working in Allahabad as a stenographer. I got a job, and then when I got a job as a musician, that was All India Radio, which is known Akashvani. The last day when I got my ticket, train ticket, I told my father, I am leaving you. Where are you going? I said, I am going to work as a musician. How come you became musician and when? And you did not tell me. I said, I was just enjoying. I did not know that I am going to get a job. I was just enjoying listening and getting this job. I feel so happy. So let me do this. No, you cannot do this because I lost your mother. I am feeling lonely. And I did not get married again. I am a wrestler, but because of you children, I did not get married. So please don't leave me alone. And first time I saw his eyes, were wet, totally. A wrestler who became like this in front of me, I was also, started crying. I said, please just let me go for 1 month. I will come back because I have taken leave from state government to join in central government. And the money, kind of money, what I was getting in state government, I am getting double money than that. Still, he was not very happy. He said, you cannot leave. You cannot go. I said, let me please, my dad, let me go for 1 month. I have taken leave and I will come back. I went. But he was not very happy. But still, I said, no way. Now this is the chance. If I leave it, I will never become musician. And I left and I joined in 1956 All India Radio. And I became so busy, believe me or not. There in Orissa is a famous Odissi dance and famous Odissi dancers, many. And they wanted me to go with them to accompany dance. And I was so busy, believe me or not, there were 10 dancers or 12 dancers. I used to go everywhere, in Orissa, in UP, in North, in South, everywhere. Odissi dance became so popular in the whole world. Otherwise, nobody knew about Odissi dance. And he was the person, he was the creator. And I tell you, he worked so hard. And I was a child, still young, and I was watching him, my goodness. He is doing a lot to make this possible, Odissi dance as a classical dance. Wow. And he used to go everywhere. He used to play pakhaj and teach the students and then program. He used to attend program. He was also young. So we used to work together. And then I did not get time to go to radio because these dancers. I was busy with them and I was getting so much money. So I had to resign. I got so many, complaints from government that you are not supposed to go anywhere. If you go, we'll kick you off. Believe me or not. I was suffering, but I said I am enjoying also. People, they come to know that I am a flute player. At least this is a kind of great, this God's gift. And I used to go everywhere. But then finally they complained that if you are going, then you will be transferred to somewhere. Not here, not in Orissa. And I was enjoying in Orissa because not very expensive, everything was cheap, and I was getting a kind of hero. As a hero, I'm going and playing with the girls, and they, the officers who with under them are working, I was working. They were a little bit jealous. I'm getting money, I'm getting a name, and they are just sitting in the office and doing, their job. And I'm getting money from radio also. In 1962, finally they transferred me to Bombay. And Bombay is a kind of ocean. Well, I was singing. I was a singer. And as I told you, the next door, my teacher, fortunately, I had a wonderful musician who became my teacher. And if he adopted me as one of the child, he doesn't have any kind of child, so he treated me as a child. Once I was learning, and he said, your voice it is okay, just one octave, but another octave you are not singing properly. So may I give you advice, why don't you choose such kind of instrument which is closer to your throat, which you could blow and you enjoy your singing as well as instrument. Because of octave, he said, just try from now, otherwise you will suffer a lot mentally and neither you will be able to sing nor you will be able to play any instrument. So he said, I will give you some time, just think about this, which instrument you like to. I was a poor boy, I was not having money, so how to buy a big instrument, I don't have money. So flute was the only, instrument which I wanted to accept, and I loved the sound of flute. And once I was listening radio, All India Radio, Akashvani, Allahabad, in Allahabad, I was listening Pandit Bholanath, flute player. He belongs to Varanasi, and he was playing so wonderful. So I asked the guy who was my friend, I said, who is playing? He said, just wait, I will listen until the last program, and then I will get the name and I will give you. So he gave me the name Pandit Bholanath. And then I found out he is working as a staff artist in All India Radio, Allahabad, Akashvani, Allahabad. Then I said, let me go and find out. I went All India Radio by cycle, and I met him. He was very kind. He was bachelor, alone, young, and I said, I did my pranam to him, and I said, I want to learn. I am singing a little bit, but if you could just teach me flute, I would love to sing through bamboo. Oh, he became so excited. He said, wow, come, but you have to help me. You have to buy sometimes vegetable for me, sometimes spices for me, sometimes you have to cook for me, sometimes you have to wash my clothes. I said, I will do everything for you. So I used to go. He was alone. I used to go, and he used to enjoy also my company. And he used to feed me also. Come on, why don't you eat? What is the richness of the music and what is the structure of the music? I must get a proper teacher. Music teacher, not flute teacher. Because I don't want to know about technique. I will create my own technique. But I have to have musical power in my mind. So I started finding out who is the best, who is the best, who is the best. And finally, when I was transferred to Bombay, believe me or not, I was thinking about again the teacher. And it came in my mind when when I was a child in Allahabad, I met Baba Alauddin Khan, the greatest man in the world in Indian music, who was a sarod player. But he used to teach even vocal, sitar, sarod, dilruba. He used to play so many instruments. I have seen violin, trumpet, piano, clay pot, so many instruments. And then he used to teach also so nicely of Pandit Ravi Shankar, Ustad Ali Akbar Khan, Nikhil Banerjee, Timir Baran, my Guru Ma, Napurna Devi. So when I heard this thing, I said, wow, and Guru Ma is here. Because when I used to meet Baba, I was very young like this. And Baba used to say, why don't you come to my house? I said, my father is a wrestler, he will kill me. If he knows that I am going to learn music. So please, when I get chance, I will certainly come, but I am also taking care of my studies. Okay. So don't forget, if I am not there, I am old. Go to my daughter. Only my daughter. That thing in my mind, always it was, like vibrating in my mind. Okay. And fortunately, when I was in Bombay, I heard that Ma is there, Guru Ma, Annapurna Devi. Then I was thinking, why not? Let me go and request her. She never plays flute. She might misunderstand that why this guy is coming to me, I am playing Surbha. Yeah. And because, and she is the wife of Ravi Shankar, Pandit Ravi Shankar. And Pandit Ravi Shankar, why he should go to Ravi Shankar? Why me? But she never knew that Baba had asked me. I used to love Baba. And he asked me, if I am not there, go to my daughter. That sound was there in my mind. Unfortunately, she was in Bombay. Ravi Shankarji was also there. So I went and I knocked her door. She came out. Pandit Ravi Shankarji was not there. He was touring somewhere in Europe. And then she came out. Who are you? I said, I'm a flute player. I'm playing over here. I'm working in All India Radio. So, okay, so what? I said, I just want to learn. I don't play flute. I said, not flute, music. Okay, but music, my husband, Pandit Ravi Shankar is there, you can go to him. I said, believe me or not, she became like, my goodness, she never allowed me. 3 years, last 3 years, since last 3 years I was running around. Every week I used to go and knock the door, and she used to open. And she said, no, get out. No, get out. That's all. I said, Ma, then after 3 years I said, Ma, I will never come and I will never learn. Never learn music. Whatever I play, I will play for myself, not for others. And I will be playing to make money in commercial industry like film, Bollywood, and I was very busy over there. And she knew that I am active in film industry also. So then she got little bit, emotional. She got emotional and she said, okay, let me listen to you. Bring your flute once. I believe or not, I said, Ma, wait, I will tell you. Next week you come and next week you come and just bring your flute. When I went after 1 week, and she said, sit, would you like to have water? I said, no. Okay, play. Nobody was there, me and her. I was, why are you feeling shy? Come on, play. I said, let me play, otherwise I will never be allowed. So I played, And she became like this. Okay, stop. When you want to come? My goodness, I felt so happy. I said, wow, I got everything in my life. I don't want anything. And since then, she started teaching me maybe once in a month or once in fortnight. She used to ask me, come. When she came to know that I am also very popular in commercial world, Bollywood and film and this thing, she said, I will wait for you. Never leave your job. Do it and come to me. Whether it is late, 2 o'clock, midnight or 3 o'clock, I will wait for you. I was shocked. My goodness. Like, coconut. Upper side is very strong, but inside is so soft. Then I came to know she is a special character for me, and I am fortunate now. I could understand much better than earlier. So sometimes I used to wait at 2 o'clock midnight, and she's sitting. Believe me or not. And she used to say, did you eat something? I had it. No, take some sweet. And then she started loving me. And she still loves me, and still I go. My study is not over, let me tell you frankly. My study will never be over in this age also and the time also. Maybe my next birth I can be a musician. So still I want to learn more and more, and I go. She is now little aged, and she has some health problem. So I don't disturb her, but I take my flute, and when she says, okay, play, then I play. Otherwise, I sit and watch her. So, but the way she used to teach me, the way she used to love me, I will never forget. I have never seen such teacher, such great personality, such great from the greatest family of musicians belong to, and but her ideas about music, her ideas about the instrument, because she got from her father, and her father was a master. So I am getting slowly a little bit idea, and I try to learn, and I think in this age, this birth, I will be learning only. I will be a student. That I have decided myself. Different culture, different country, and because of her blessings, I became very popular everywhere. Even Pandit Ravi Shankar used to come to my concert. And once I was touring fortunately, I was touring with him about 2.5 months, 52 concerts. And there were many musicians like Ustad Allah Rakha, Lakshmi Shankar, George Harrison, Billy Preston, Tom Scott, Jim Hall, Charles Lloyd, Emil Richard. From India, there were many musicians like Shiv Kumar Sharma and Shanai player Anantalal, many musicians. And we were having our own plane, our own aircraft written on in Hindi. And we used to travel about 52 cities we had been to in America, and 3-4 cities over in Europe. And I was staying in Henley-on-Thames, where George Harrison's castle is there. So we were rehearsing, everybody was there, and we used to enjoy food and music and everything. So I was feeling so nice that these musicians I used to know their name, now they are in front of me and we are working together. And Pandit Ravi Shankar, he also started, he knew that I am going to his wife, so he also started liking me, and we used to work together, yeah. He was very well known, he was in Varanasi. I went a few times, but unfortunately I did not meet him personally. Or I must have met him and nobody introduced me. It might be because I used to play concerts in BHU. when they had a music department. I'm talking in 1950, 59, 60. So I used to play over there. And that was the only place where music concert used to happen. Privately, there were nobody was there to arrange concert. So I remember, and it was wonderful in Varanasi. Every corner you will find musicians are there and top musicians. World knew about Varanasi, about musical activities in Varanasi. And people, they come, the maestros, they come to Allahabad because there was no All India Radio in Varanasi. So All India Radio Allahabad, they used to invite them like Bismillah Khan, Samta Prasad, Anokhe Lal, every corner, top musicians, world's top musicians.